There may come a time in your low carb journey when you just really want a sugar cookie, but you don't want to make an entire batch of keto sugar cookies because, well, it's 9 o'clock at night and you really should be thinking about bed rather than trying to punch out 40 cookies with a cookie cutter. Luckily, I came up with a small batch keto sugar cookie recipe just for you, complete with frosting. Grab a small bowl because, well, that's all we need. I mean, we're making small batch, so there's no need for a bunch of extra dishes to do or just clanging around in the kitchen.
I'm trying to sleep.
Sorry. Add 2 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter, then 2 tablespoons of sugar-free sweetener. I know it's a small bowl, but cream that as best you can with an electric mixer, or you can use your medieval blender, which is a fork. I just like using my electric mixer because it's cordless. It's easy to use since I don't have to mess with any plugs, which means I can use it anywhere. Next, you'll need to add some eggs, but only 2 tablespoons. I see a lot of confused faces out there, but really this is easy. Take a small bowl, okay, maybe we're using an extra dish, and crack an egg. Whisk it with your medieval blender until it's beaten, then scoop out 2 tablespoons. This leftover, just pour it in a pan and fry up yourself a scrambled egg to go with your cookie. Or give it to your dog, or throw it away. No judgment here. Then add a half a teaspoon of vanilla to the egg. If you really want to make a normal batch of keto sugar cookies, I do have a recipe on my blog, KetoFocus.com. People love them. For the dry ingredients, we're adding these to the same bowl. You'll need 3/4 of a cup of almond flour, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Mix that together until you get a dough that looks like this. Then you're gonna roll it into a giant ball. I mean, you could probably make a really big sugar cookie from this if you wanted, but I wanted to make smaller ones because, well, I'm not a monster. I'm rolling the dough out in between 2 sheets of parchment paper until the dough is about 1/4 inch thick. You need the parchment paper or else it's gonna stick to your work surface, and then the rolling pin, it's just a big sticky mess. After it's rolled out, we're gonna stick this in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. Why? Well, because it needs to firm up and it will just make it easier to punch out. But also because we need to take a break for our sponsor, Element Electrolytes. If you started the keto diet recently and you suddenly find yourself just dragging your feet and you're falling asleep during the day, or you're getting headaches and muscle aches, you have low electrolytes. On a low carb diet, we don't have very much insulin release since we stopped eating all the sugary, high carb foods. Insulin plays a role in the kidneys where it helps to signal the reabsorption of sodium and then other electrolytes. Fun fact, one of the first signs of hyperinsulinemia or high insulin or insulin resistance is that you start to develop high blood pressure. And that's caused by retaining all of this sodium. Luckily on a low carb diet, we don't have to worry about high insulin, but that also means that your electrolytes are going to pot. Literally. If you want to feel your best, you need to replace them. I like to do that with Element Electrolytes since it has a science-backed formula of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Right now, Element is offering my viewers a free sample pack with any order. You get to try 8 flavors free with any Element order. To get yours, go to drinkelement.com/ketofocus. I'll have that link down below as well. It's time to go Mike Tyson on these cookies and punch them out. You can use whatever shape of cookie cutter you want. You can do a horse or a pigeon. I'm just using a circle because I'm boring. The extra dough that you get from punching out these cookies, you can just roll it out again and press it out and then punch out some more cookies. Or you can roll them out to snakes, make snake cookies, or just eat the leftover dough, as long as you're cool with eating raw cookie dough. I am, but that's because I like to live dangerously. Place these on a parchment lined baking tray and then bake for 350 degrees for 7 minutes or until the edges start to turn golden brown. They will be soft when they come out of the oven. Don't try and pick them up or else you're gonna wreck them. Let them cool completely on the baking tray before you try to pick them up. Anyways, let's make some frosting because a sugar cookie without frosting is like driving a car without a wheel. It just doesn't work. Add 4 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter to a bowl. Then add 3/4 cups of powdered sugar-free sweetener, 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and then a teaspoon of your milk of choice. Nut, cow, milk, goat, whatever you got. Mix this until it's fluffy and light, and then I'm gonna add some pink food coloring because I'm trying to make a keto cookie dupe for those Loft House cookies. This is like the perfect pink right here. Then add these to your cookies. You don't have to pipe the frosting like I did here. You just spoon it on, or you can dip the cookies into the frosting. It's your life, live it like you want to. But I choose to live my life with pink frosting and sprinkles. And eat 3 or 4 of these in one setting because, I mean, they're little. Now, if you'd rather have a chocolate chip cookie or you're just really hungry, I do have the recipe for you. You can make a single keto chocolate chip cookie that's really good in just 1 minute. I'm gonna show you how to do it right here.